Konbanwa, Dan here. It's Wednesday evening. It's like it's almost 10 o'clock. I just got upstairs from downstairs where I was with my homestay family planning more for next week and then the week after for my ridiculous last hurrah while I'm here. So today was like my last test that I'll take for school. I realized a little while ago today that tomorrow is my last real day of school, and that was kind of weird. I can't believe it's gone by this fast. But today's test was kind of funny just because there was a part where one of the last questions, it was like a fill in the blank kind of question, and I actually not erased but like blacked out some of the words in the test question and put in my own words and then added my own words in the fill in the blank section. And the teacher, when because I just didn't care. The test, I'm not moving up in class. I'm not doing anything because I'm leaving. I just didn't really care about the test. So I just did all the stupid stuff on the test, and I handed it in, and the teacher kind of looked at it, and she's like, "You can't do this, you can't do this." So I erased it, and then passed it back to her, and she kind of looked at me like, okay. This one teacher, I think I'm always fed up with her so fast because she's so, I don't know, nitpicky. Like, if you don't answer right away, she'll tap her feet like she's impatient and just wants you to say what she wants you to say right now and perfectly. And it just annoys me. And there's a lot of students that don't really like her. But it was just funny because I think I've pissed her off several times. So there was a couple of things that I wanted to talk about too. Was it's gotten pretty cold here, at least for what I'm used to. It's definitely fall here in Japan. Got a nice chill breeze, and the house that I'm in with my homestay family, there's no central heating, and I'm pretty sure from what I understand, most houses in Japan don't have central heating. So they don't have like air ducts and to blow hot air into rooms or anything like that. So pretty much every room in the house is colder, if not as cold as it is outside. But usually it's colder than it is outside because it keeps the cool in or something. I never really know why, but the house is usually colder than it is outside. I've come to absolutely love heated toilet seats. I never thought that they were, I never thought about them before. I didn't think they were like great ideas by any means. And recently they have been blissful. It's so nice to be just freezing cold. Either at school, like they have them at school, they have them everywhere. They have them at school. There's been a couple of times where it's just like you're cold and you're expecting this freezing cold toilet seat, and you sit down and you're like, oh, that's so nice and refreshing and warm. And so there's something that I think I might buy when I get back home. Although where I live, it's pretty hot, so I don't think I'll ever need one. Sorry, I'm looking at my list for things that I wanted to talk about. So to go along with the cold and heat subject, they have these awesome tables here where the top, mine is really dirty, so I won't show it right now. I'll probably do a video later of the one downstairs. But they're low tables where you kind of like sit on the floor up against these tables, and the top kind of comes off, and you put a blanket over the frame, and then you put the top back on, so you have a hard surface to write on, but then you have a blanket that everyone can sit under. And they're so great because you can, the whole family watches TV or, works on their computers and laptops and stuff while working, while having this blanket table. So I thought those are kind of cool. And some of them actually have heaters underneath them. So when you're sitting in them, it'll actually warm the area underneath the table for you. So they're really nice. So I thought that was kind of cool. one of the other things that I've noticed in America, when somebody, I'm moving the camera back, when somebody wants you to like beckons you to come here, they'll do this. Like for come here, I want you to come over here. In Japan, they reverse the hand, so that's this. So people are always beckoning you like this, and sometimes it's more of like a limp-wristed kind of thing. And my homestay mom does it to me a lot. Like, come here, I want you to see something, or help me with this, or some just general whatever. And I've gotten kind of used to it from her and from a few other people. But the weirdest, so I went last night to the last judo practice. I didn't actually go do judo. I just went to turn in my judogi, the clothes, and give. It's like a tradition to give gifts. When you're returning something or thanking somebody for something. So I brought some like chocolates and gave them to the senseis. Along with my judogi for always taking care of me and teaching me a bunch of stuff, and then let me borrow the judogi. He had me follow him a little bit to say goodbye to some of the other teachers, and this guy is like this gnarled. You can tell he's just tough. He's just this gnarled kind of guy, and the whole time he's beckoning me with this limp-wristed gesture, and to me, it's something that I would see, a homosexual, use, just limp wrist. It was just weird, and it was so weird to see this just gnarly, tough dude limp wrist beckon me. It makes me laugh every time I think about it. But it was kind of sad, actually, seeing everybody at the judo practice kind of for the last time. It's been weird because the last few days, especially this week, there's days where I just, it's like, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go back home. I'm burnt out. I'm kind of done. I just want to be back in my own bed, back in my own hometown, and get back to my old schedule. And then there's days like last night where I went to my last judo practice, and it was just like, man, I have enjoyed my time here so much, and it's been so much fun that I want to come back. So every day it seems like this roller coaster where half the day it's like, God, I don't like this, and I'm getting frustrated, and then something happens, or I say goodbye to something, or I realize that I'm only going to be here for another week and a half or something, and then I realize, oh yeah, I really do like it here, and it's just like this flip-floppy, but it's been fun, and I've really enjoyed it here. My experience has been quite interesting and awesome. I'm pretty sure that was it for today. So tomorrow's my last day of school. Friday I'm gonna head to Nagoya to go to the aquarium and zoo and the castle in Nagoya, and then Saturday begins my 4-day journey up to the northern part of Japan. To Mount Fuji and Nikko and the concert. Somebody asked me what band it is I'm going to go see. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of them. They're called Mucc. It's spelled in English M-U-C-C. In Japanese it's Mu, small tsu, and then ku. The first time I saw him, I actually saw him on YouTube or something like that. I was like looking through random Japanese music and found him, and a couple of the songs I just loved, and then I started listening more, and they've just got such a range of styles. They go from like hardcore to punk to rock to classic rock, and they just got this whole range of sounds that is really nice. So I'm really looking forward to the concert. It should be good. And then, so then after my 4-day trek up to the northern part of Japan, where they're already getting snow, I'm coming back down to Okazaki, going to school for one more day to go to my last private lesson, and then give a little speech before I take off, and then head back, then stay for a day here, and then go down to the southern end of Japan, and go to my sumo tournament, and then go to Hiroshima, Kobe Village, where I'm going to try and have a Kobe steak if I can afford it, because I've heard they're rather expensive. But and then see a castle on one of the southern islands of Japan, and head back here, and then get on my plane and go home. So it's the last little hurrah for sure. And I think I'm going to sleep for a week when I get back, because I'm just like exhausted all the time now. But it's been fun. So that was it. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow.